Hey guys, welcome back to Cereal at Midnight. My name is Heath. This is the latest arrivals from Kino Lorber. Over 30 titles. I'm telling you guys, this would be a year's output for some companies, more than a year's output for some companies. But Kino Lorber, over 30 titles in October alone. This is the horror month, but it's not all horror. In fact, there's actually not a whole lot of horror, but there are some really cool ones that we're going to talk about in a second. Am I wearing pants in this episode? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thanks to Kino Lorber for sending these titles over. Thanks to you guys for watching them. Without further ado, allons-y. Let's go. All right. Kicking it off. How many 4Ks? 1 4K, 2, 3, 4, 5 4Ks this month. And I have to start. You gotta start with the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. This is the classic that really, in many ways, is one of just a few movies that sort of creates the horror genre as we know it. Before the Universal monster, they're they're pilfering the cabinet, right? This is what is the actual year? 1920, one brilliant movie jolted the post-war masses and catapulted the German expressionist film movement into history. I do not think Tim Burton's career would exist without the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Look at this. 1920, it's a silent film, obviously. German expressionism is just, out the wazoo here. But it is so stylized. It is such a wonderful film. And I am thrilled that this is now on 4K. We've got music by Jeff Beal in 2.0. We got a 2014 orchestral score. We've got music by Paul D. Miller, a.k.a. DJ Spooky. We've got Caligari, How Horror Came to the Cinema. That's a 52-minute documentary. Restoration demonstration, audio commentary by the composer Jeff Beal. And then, so... Come on, that's great. I have flipped around all of these when there's reversible artwork, but sometimes there's a third piece of art. So I want to make sure I'm doing my due diligence there. Anyway, if you haven't seen this movie, I think maybe a lot of people have, but it is, and I wouldn't even say, it's not even necessarily horror, but it predates what will become horror. That style of these long dark shadows. I could probably talk for 15 minutes about the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, but I'm not going to do that. We got a lot of ground to cover. Circus of Horrors on 4K. This is I don't even know what I was going to say. 2018 Ultra HD SDR Master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. I've got a commentary by David Del Val, theatrical trailer, TV spots, 2 pieces of artwork. We have more 4Ks to cover. Rules of Engagement with Samuel L. Jackson, Tommy Lee Jones. I saw, what is this? Year 2000. I saw this in the theater the same day I saw something else, and I'm trying to remember what the other movie is. And maybe that's pushing my memory a little bit too far. What did you see in theaters? What did you see that night 24 years ago? Brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. This is from Paramount. Did our friend Charlotte Barker work on this? I'm not sure. This is an audio commentary by director William Friedkin. A look inside, interview with cast and crews, behind the scenes features, and no alternate artwork. But now I got to check myself. It is the double formats edition. What do you guys think about this movie? As a Friedkin film, I'm concerned that these are gonna spill over. Brick, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Brick. This is Ryan Johnson, 2005. I'm going to be honest with you guys. 4K, by the way, 4K and Blu-ray. I've only seen this once. I did not like Brick when I first saw it. I thought, people say, I'm hearing the word pretentious a lot lately. And anytime someone uses the word pretentious, it usually means something that's not super pandering. But this movie really felt pretentious to me because it's a noir. It's a high school noir. Not that can't be done. I would argue Veronica Mars is an incredible high school noir. But when I watched this, you know, the idea of these high school students sitting around, like the gravitas that's required, for me, it didn't work. But that was almost 20 years ago. I haven't seen it since then. I owe it to myself to revisit it. I really like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I like Knives Out. Rian Johnson. This has a audio comment. Oh, hold on. Brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master approved by the director Rian Johnson from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. We got a commentary with Rian Johnson and actors and producers. We've got an audio commentary by Jason A. Nye on the 4K. We've got 8 deleted scenes with introduction by Rian Johnson and the inside track casting the roles of Laura and Dode. Okay. What do you guys think about Brick? Have you seen Brick? Cowboys and Aliens, Daniel Craig and Indiana Jones, James Bond and Indiana Jones. I haven't watched this one in years either. This is 2 different cuts of the movie. We've got the theatrical cuts and then a 135 minutes. What are they calling it? The extended cut. Okay, so that's the extended cut is on Blu-ray. The theatrical cut is on the 4K. That's about right, unless you can do the restoration, the 4K restoration for both of them. But I always view extended versions as ancillary, you know, sort of almost like a bonus feature, because theatrical, always preserve the theatrical cut. If you want to preserve more than that, okay. Ultra HD SDR master from a 4K scan of the original camera negative. This is from Universal. Audio commentary by director Jon Favreau. Conversations with Jon Favreau with Daniel Craig, Harrison Ford, Olivia Wilde, Steven Spielberg, Ron Howard, and more. The making of Cowboys and Aliens, and the 2 cuts. Did this one have a 3rd piece of art? No. I know one of them does, and I'm going to be looking for it the whole video. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so this is the Kino Cult, Kino Cult number 18. Boink, boink. This is the classic Ghosts 1970s Gothic television. I was not aware of this, and it sounds pretty cool. Virtually unseen since their late night airings on ABC television in 1973, the classic Ghosts is a series of 5 feature-length teleplays shot on videotape in the style of daytime dramas, and beautifully preserved by the UCLA Film and Television Archive. Not only do these vividly colorful Gothic thrillers show an array of celebrated actors, but are also notable for having been produced primarily by a female creative team, including producer Jacqueline Babin from Sybil and director Leela Swift from Dark Shadows and Gloria Monty from Sorority Kill. So we get interviews with Mark Quigley, television. I know Amanda Reyes, there's Amanda Reyes is here as well. Maya Montañez Smuckler, the head of the UCLA Film and Television Archive Research and Study Center. Demonstration of 2-inch video technology featuring David Crosthwaite. What? That's cool. So I haven't seen these, but that sounds really cool. I am surprised by this. This seems so niche, so obscure. And from what I've heard, TV movies don't sell very well. That's what, Frank Tarzi's told me that. I've had a few other people tell me that. I love TV movies. I have heard they don't sell very well. So I'm really glad. Maybe the market's changing. This would seem to indicate that it is. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. This is, I feel like I talked about this recently. This is a movie that had become obscure for a while. Now it's kind of everywhere, as it should be, because it's fantastic. It's Clint Eastwood. It's Jeff Bridges. George Kennedy. Let's see. It is a 2023 HD master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. So did we talk about a 4K and now this is the Blu-ray? I honestly don't remember. This is the one that has 3 pieces of art. There's 1 piece of art. There's 2 pieces of art. And there's 3. So this has audio commentary by film critic Nick Pinkerton for The Love of the Characters, the featurette with the director, and the radio and TV spots. Up the Creek. Crazy movie. Tim Matheson, Dan Monahan, Stephen Furst. This is a very typical 1980s movie, 1984. I got a copy of it somewhere. I think this is a reissue maybe. Or maybe it was from a different company. Again, I'm presenting these. If you want to do further research, I cannot go into the history, the home video history of every single one of these. I just can no longer keep up with all these releases every single month. But this is like one of those, like, we gotta save the thing. There's got to be like this big competition. It's like a bet, right? You know, this classic 80s formula, and it was a formula. Without a Paddle featurette with actors Stephen Furst and Sandy Helberg and casting director Harriet Helberg. Cheap Trick Up the Creek music video. Mommy's alright, Daddy's alright. They just seem a little weird. Okay, let's see. Young Blood. I think this is another one that's a reissue. This is Rob Lowe, Cynthia Gibb, who the Swayze. Patrick Swayze is in this. Let's see. Audio commentary by director Peter Markle. Theatrical trailer. There's no restoration notes for any of these, so this leads me to believe that these are just possibly movies that they've been picked back up and are being put back out again. I again, do your research. Let's see here. We've got Enough Rope. Well, I'm getting excited now because we're getting into like classic movie, you know, the golden age. This is 1963 4K restoration by TF1. Is that TFI? No, it's a one. Who is TF1? Okay, look, TF1. Are they Transformers? That's a joke. Let's see. From the pen of acclaimed American novelist Patricia Highsmith, Strangers on a Train, The Talented Mr. Ripley, comes this rare gem of French neo-noir, Enough Rope. It's directed by, okay. We've got a audio commentary by David Del Valle and Dana M. Reems. I've never seen this movie before or even heard of it, I don't think. This is Cross Creek. Mary Steenburgen, who I really like. Rip Torn, Peter Coyote, who I also really like. This is directed by Martin Ritt. No restoration notes here. It's licensed through Studio Canal. So that's going to be a UK license. It's complicated. I realize that it's more complicated than that, but Studio Canal, anyway. Cross Creek, a look back with Mary Steenburgen, audio commentary by film historians Julie Kurgo and Peter Hankoff, and the theatrical trailer. Did this have? Yeah, okay. You guys seen this? What do you think about it? Garbo Talks, another one. I'm not on my radar at all. Anne Bancroft, directed by Sidney Lumet. Maybe it is on my radar. I legitimately am having a hard time keeping up with things right now. Hold on a second. Where's my... Here at Pawnbrokers. Okay, I just want to make sure. I see my Sidney Lumet box set over here. I was like, is it in the box set? You guys see it? The Sidney Lumet. It's right there. It's not in that box set. Okay. Audio commentary by historians Howard S. Berger and Steve Mitchell. A dying mother, Anne Bancroft. Her last wish is to meet silent cinema star Greta Garbo. It cost her son Ron Silver his job, his marriage, and his sanity. Carrie Fisher also stars in this funny and moving slice of life film from legendary director Sidney Lumet. I'm reading Al Pacino's memoirs that just get Sonny Boy, his book that just came out, and he talks about how he, the director of Serpico, got fired right before the movie started filming, and one of the producers, I guess, was like, if you want this movie to happen, you go find the director, Al. And he'd made like 3 movies, so he meets a whole lot of people, and one of them Sidney Lumet, and Sidney Lumet's like, I don't like your choices. I don't like the things you do on screen. They're weird. You make weird choices, and that's the guy that ends up directing Serpico. So it's just, I don't know, it's just an interesting Sidney Lumet story. Meryl Streep in Plenty. Again, not familiar with it. She Would Settle for Nothing Left. This has a great cast. It's got Meryl Streep, obviously, Charles Dance, Tracy Ullman, John Gielgud, Sting, not the wrestler, the actor and the musician, Ian McKellen, and Sam Neill. And who do we know the writers? Let's see, who is the... Oh, I don't even see it. I'm looking for the writers. I see costume designer. I see... Okay. Another one, I don't even remember this. I don't know if I've ever heard of this. Fluke. Matthew Modine, Nancy Travis, Eric Stoltz. I mean, that's an interesting cast. 1995, Fluke is a heartwarming and uplifting tale of puppy reincarnation. Directed by Carlo Carlet, Romeo and Juliet, starring Matthew Modine. Okay. I don't know. Did this get greenlit because of the success of Beethoven? Beethoven's not about a reincarnated anybody, but I know how executives think. They're like, this movie with the dog, got the cigar, this movie with the dog made a lot of money, let's make a movie with a dog. I don't know. Audio commentary by director Carlo Carlet. Interview with director Carlo Carlet. Okay. Gary Cooper, the court marshal of Billy Mitchell. Does anybody else hear the name Billy Mitchell and think of the King of Kong? That video game guy who held the record for Donkey Kong and then got in a bunch of trouble because he was faking his scores. That was recently. I guess I should say allegedly, because I think he sued somebody for saying he faked those scores. I don't know. Anyway, that's Billy Mitchell with the American flag tag and the barbecue sauce tie. The American flag tie and the barbecue sauce. The court martial of Billy Mitchell, directed by Otto Preminger. That's Mr. Freeze. Do you think that there are people out there? Surely there are. There are people out there who only know Otto Preminger as was he the second Mr. Freeze? I can't remember. Maybe it was the first one in the 1966 Batman TV series. That would be wild, but I bet it's true. We got an audio. Oh, hold on. 2023. This is from Paramount, so we know it's good. 2023 HD master by Paramount Pictures from a 4K scan. Audio commentary by film historian Steve Mitchell and Combat Films American realism author Stephen J. Rubin. Did this have... No. The Proud and the Profane. William Holden, Deborah Kerr. Look at that art. My Lord, look at that art. That is arresting art. Another one from Paramount, 2022, restoration from a 4K scan. Audio commentary by historian Steve. Same people. Exact same people. Commentary, both of these. Steve Mitchell and Stephen J. Rubin. This is a 1956 film. What was this? A 1955 film. Looking for Otto Preminger, George Seaton, looking for the writers. Why are the writers so hard to find on these things? I actually don't know. Written for the screen and directed by George Seaton. Okay. Writers matter. Screenwriters matter. This is a big one, guys. This is Body and Soul. John Garfield, Lily Palmer. And introducing Hazel Brooks. This is a 1947 film. Oh, also from Paramount. 2021 master from a 4K scan. Audio commentary by Alan K. Rhodey. He tends to only show up when it's like cream of the crop, right? He seems, I don't know, he seems very selective to me. Look at the cinematography on that. I show you the back to show you the cinematography. Top Copy. This is the Jules Danan film. And it has MGM. It's a 4K restoration from MGM. If anybody from MGM would like to come on my channel and talk about restorations, how the restorations are achieved, I would love to talk to you. We got audio commentary by Julie Kurgo and filmmaker Peter Henkoff and the theatrical trailer. Oh, yeah. Wolfman's Got Nards. Wasn't this included on the Monster Squad 4K that came out a while back? This has special features, so maybe this is like the deluxe version of this. I'm not actually sure. Again, I can't keep up with all this anymore. 5 minutes. We got a lot of special features here. 5 minutes with Adam F. Goldberg on 80s movies as the creator of the TV show The Goldbergs. Writer, producer, director Fred Decker on movies. 9 minutes. We got 6 minutes with Seth Green, the actor. And Robot Chicken founder, I guess I should say, creator. 13 minutes with Shane Black on Myth. And more with fans of the Monster Squad, 4 minutes. There's 6 deleted scenes, music videos, and a slideshow. Those are the Kino Lorber Studio Classics. Now we're moving into other Kino Lorber titles. This is, and the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari was Kino Lorber proper. but I had to start with that because it's October as I'm recording this. This is Kino Classics Mju Vincent, a film by Maurice Clocher. Academy Award winner, 1949 Special Foreign Language Film Award. This has audio commentary by Sam Deegan. We're going to see her name pop up a few more times here. That's the only special feature. Buster Keaton. 7 Chances. And Sherlock Jr. I didn't realize Sherlock Jr. was here too. So we got 7 Chances, which is less than an hour. Sherlock Jr., which is 49 minutes. Audio commentary with Adam Naiman. Audio commentary with Matt Singer. A 17-minute Three Stooges short that recycles the premise of 7 Chances. How a French Nobleman Got a Wife through the New York Herald Personal Columns. That's a 1904 Edison shorts, directed by Edwin S. Porter. And new orchestral scores for both of the films. I'm excited to be holding some Buster Keaton. You know, his Buster Keaton movies have gotten kind of hard to find of late. And so I'm glad. Oh, this is Blackhawk Films. I just saw Blackhawk Films did the rest. Blackhawk Films and Lobster are the people, they did the restorations here. Those are the people that are doing the Laurel and Hardy 1927 and 1928 restorations that we've talked about here. We talked about 27. Because I did a video about it with Randy Skretved, who worked on those releases. And then I've seen 1928 was pushed back to November by Flicker Alley. But at Cinecon this year, they showed 3 of the shorts, I think, and they killed. They killed. I told you guys, it's one of the videos I told you guys this. Somebody in front of me was laughing so hard that they were like gasping for breath. They were like, ah! I was like, holy cow, Laurel and Hardy. So I know this stuff still has a whole lot of power. Based on a true story, the World War II survival, The Boy in the Woods. This has got to be a foreign film, right? Looking for languages. It's in English with optional. Okay. I don't know. Okay. Deflated. Just took the wind out of my sails. Like, oh no. It tells a remarkable story, true story of Max, a Jewish boy escaping Nazi persecution in Eastern Europe. Okay, so we also have Sebastian. Now, I do not think that this is an American film. It's a Sundance selection, sexy, poignant, and transgressive. That sells discs right there. It's a queer drama following Max, a 25-year-old freelance writer and aspiring novelist who seems well on his way to success in London's cultural spheres. Yet by night, he finds a different kind of exhilaration. If I keep reading this, I'm just going to mess with my monetization. We got bonus theatrical trailer and audio description. This is the second release in this haul that they use audio description as a special feature. That's something that's popping up on these discs now. You know what that is? Just like he goes to the cupboard and takes out a glass or like whatever. Like that's describing. I don't think I've seen those advertised on the special features before just now or recently. The Falling Star, a film by Abel and Gordon. I like this art. This is a very stylized presentation. The Belgian-based creative couple are almost single-handedly keeping the classic burlesque tradition alive on screen. The latest caper from Fiona Gordon and Dominique Abel filters the language of film noir through the characteristically colorful palette to create a deceptively minimalistic set piece that recalls the best of Tati and Keaton. All right. That sounds like it's worth checking out. Here's another one. Let's see. The Throwback. Got Bobby. I see Bobby Lee. We've got 2 Mad TV cast members here. Will Sasso and Bobby Lee. A regression of age comedy. The Throwback features the hilarious journey of Kate, Justina Machado, 6 Feet Under, and Matt Morgan, Will Sasso, a middle-aged couple stuck in the routine of raising their kids. Their lives take a wild turn when Kate experiences a post-traumatic breakdown, regressing to her college-age self after a bank robbery, erasing 26 years of memories. Okay, interesting. This has no special features, but it does get a Blu-ray, which is more than some of these movies get. All right, perk up, guys. Perk up. Hey, wake up. Lock in. Scorsese, guys. In this new document, hold on, what's this called? Made in England. the films of Powell and Pressburger. In this new documentary, Martin Scorsese tells the story of his lifelong love affair with the movies of Michael Powell, and Emmerich Pressburger, including The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp, Black Narcissus, The Red Shoes, and Tales of Hoffman. For me, I'm not going to do a Scorsese impression. For me, the body of work is a wondrous presence, a constant source of energy, and a reminder of what life and art are all about. Love these guys like Scorsese and Coppola and who else would I throw in there that just continue to pursue their passion for art and for stories, and they haven't just decided to hang it up. You know, this is great interview with Scorsese around the time that Killers of the Flower Moon came out, and he was just really wrestling with being close to the end, but having so much more that he wanted to do, that he wanted to learn, that he wanted to read. Like this, the passion, the thirst for art. This sounds fantastic. 4 stars. Invaluable, says the Washington Post. A gift to movie lovers, says RogerEbert.com. And remarkably engaging, says the New York Times. Presented, narrated, and executive produced by Martin Scorsese. By the way, I'm saving one of my favorites for last. So stay tuned. Riot in a Women's Prison. This is from Raro Video. This is another, this is Brunello Rondi. What year is this film? 1974. And we've got audio commentary by Troy Howarth and Eugenio Ercolani. You know, I thought there's some Raro that's already showed up for November, and I think those have a Sam Deegan commentary on them. Maybe that's what I was thinking about when I said that. Anyway, always good to see more Euro cinema. Close to You. This is the Elliot Page movie about... Is this the first Elliot Page movie since the transition? A trans man who returns to his hometown for the first time in years. On his journey, he confronts his relationship with his family, reunites with a first love, and discovers a newfound confidence in himself. I think this is the Reemergence, if you will. This is The Summer with Carmen. This is... What is this? This is While Enjoying It. Yeah. There's this sort of Cinephobia. This is another one of those... sort of coming of age stories. And Coup. A mysterious grifter appears on an isolated seaside estate claiming to be a wealthy family's new chef. When a plague descends on the island, the mischievous cook rouses his fellow staff to rebel and take over the mansion. Jaunty class war comedy, says Variety. DVD. All right, one more, and then my favorite. One of the most inspired, let's see, Happy Clothes. This is about the designer, Patricia Field, the costumer, Patricia Field. Emmy-winning and Oscar-nominated Patricia Field, savvy retailer and costume designer behind Sex and the City, Emily in Paris, Ugly Betty, and The Devil Wears Prada. Featuring interviews with Kim Cattrall, Lily Collins, Sarah Jessica Parker, Michael Urie, Vanessa Williams, and more. All right, my favorite, and then we're out. Cab Calloway in Heidi Ho and Boarding House Blues. So because I am who I am, it was like a year or two ago. I was like, I just really want to watch Heidi Ho again. Cab Calloway, Heidi, hey. It's like real dark 30s and 40s. I don't even know how you describe it. Zydeco influence. Let's see how they describe it. His energetic performance style, jazz legend Cab Calloway. He's a band leader who... Okay. The movie has not been... I think I've got a copy on like a public domain collection somewhere. And I was like, why has nobody put out this amazing Cab Calloway movie full of this great, dark, huge big band music? Because it's all like minor chord music. It's all kind of scary, like call and response. It's very powerful. In fact... Because I've interviewed Richard Elfman, Anastasia Elfman, so Danny Elfman, Richard's brother. Richard and Danny, when they were younger, were a member of the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo, hence the band Oingo Boingo. But before that, with Forbidden Zone, which is this movie that I did an interview with them about, not with Danny, but with Richard about Forbidden Zone. Their whole model at that time was making movies, like they were doing a live show, and the whole premise of the show is like just a very surreal, like crazy, crazy, surreal live performance show, like a carnival, like a crazy dark carnival. And they leaned heavily into Cab Calloway. And in the Forbidden Zone movie, Danny Elfman he does a Cab Calloway performance. And these guys were rooted in this stuff. And I don't know, maybe it was coming out of that interview, but I was like, I gotta watch me some Cab Calloway. And it was nowhere to be found in any decent quality. Now it exists, and it has Boarding House Blues, which is the... is that a short? No, Boarding House Blues is 87 minutes. So Heidi Ho is 75 minutes and Boarding House Blues is 87 minutes. Introduction to Boarding House Blues by film historian Ina Archer. Soundies musical shorts featuring Cab Calloway, Minnie the Moocher, Blues in the Night, and We the Cats Shall Hep Yeah, 1945. Man, Soundies musical shorts featuring Lucky Millender, Hello Bill from 1946, I Want a Man from 1946 with Ernestine Allen, Shout Sister Shout from 1941 with Sister Rosetta Tharpe. Come on, this is the fire. This is the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and this wrap this thing up in this like dark, mysterious, magical package. I started with something exciting. I ended with something that got me excited. 4K restorations from the original camera negative. Are you kidding me? Guys, that's it. We did it. This is the Kino Lorber October haul. Thanks to Kino Lorber. If you were expecting something to be covered, here and it wasn't, it's probably going to be covered in November. There are a few things that I don't have on hand that just haven't arrived yet. But I love talking about these movies with you guys, and I want to know what you think about some of this stuff. What have you seen? Have you seen Cab Calloway? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Thanks to Kino Lorber. Till next time, I will catch you later.